So I think at this point, in No Man's Sky, we're going to do an unexplored system every episode. That's a pretty good one. Hello everyone, Thranxes here. Welcome back to No Man's Sky 169. Look at that. I love it. We're going to get into that a little bit more and more. So much fun. And here we are at our little outpost. Capital ship in the background. People waiting to land at our landing pad. Of course they are. That's how that goes, isn't it? A-19 fighter. Should we oblige them? I think we have enough fuel we can oblige them. Although, realistically, we probably didn't even need to land again. Let's just say I felt bad for them. At this point, they're backing up. There's a line. Look at that. As much as I could fall in love with this system as any other system, I have good news. I have bad news. And we're going to go through them together. You see, the bad news is there's no boost for the Nautilon. Having looked it up, Hello Games developers confirmed it was actually a typo on the tooltip. There's not a way to get a boost on the Nautilon. So that being said, I don't even know if we need to land here, actually. I believe it's time to leave this system. Time to find our purpose here in No Man's Sky as we push on. Here we are, episode 169. We've pretty much met every milestone before us except for a couple for warping and a couple for hunting pirates. We're closer to the galactic core than we've ever been, but we're still forever away. Using the last Atlas terminal, we were taken very far away from the Thranxian expanse, which we could get back to with gateways at space stations. But something to the heart of what No Man's Sky is just, do you know how long it would take just to set foot on every planet in this little cluster of stars here? And this isn't even where we are. We're over here. We spent the last bit of time pretty much in this system. This one system. 2 planets and 2 moons. And we just scratched the surface of it. Like, look at this blue star. Unruly Viking. 3 planets, all small. What about this? Hold on. This red star. 4 planets. Unexplored. No life forms available. I don't know. We could go towards the galactic center, but then we also refuse to reboot the Atlas. Oh, look at this star system here. Hold on. Look at that. With water, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 planets. 3 of them are massive planets. And then this one, 2 planets, unexplored, with water. You know what? 3 planets with water and a moon. Let's do this one. So I think at this point, in No Man's Sky, we're going to do an unexplored system every episode for a while now. Starting here. we got a frost-bound planet. Has emerald on it, which we might need some. A lot of water, it looks like. Being that this is an unexplored system, I would expect a highly exotic planet. This is a supercritical planet. Looks like it has some sort of ocean structure. Almost a Mediterranean-looking planet. Here we have a mechanical moon. We actually need silver. Ooh. A humid planet. A beautiful-looking planet. Well, I'm pretty intrigued by every planet in this system. We have a planet that's cold, that's mostly ocean. I think we should start with our mechanical moon, because I want some silver for my capital ship. Now, the burden of these uncharted systems is that we don't have a space station, but also there's not going to be a lot of freighter traffic. Now, there might be pirates and such, but there's not going to be a lot of civilization. There's not going to be trading posts. I mean, there might be if it's abandoned, if you have a space station that's smashed, but we're not in that situation. There is no space station in this system. The benefit of these systems that are uncharted even by NPCs, the Gek, the Korvax, and the Vy'keen, is that you have a higher probability of exotic and mega exotic planets, which are planets that are incredibly unique, many of which I've never even seen, which as soon as I started finding out about, I immediately was like, tell me no more, and looked away, because we're going to find these. Ooh, look at this. Mechanical moon. Very nice, very nice. So it looks as if this is a type of system we've seen before here. Yep. But that's okay. We're going to stop here. We're going to walk around. We're going to get the feel for it. Just like the... Oh, hold on. We've got a lot of hazards here on the surface. Let's see if we can find some data connection device so we can learn a little bit about this reality failure. Oh my goodness. Do you see this? This madness here. What if we go that way? Look at that. Oh, wait a second. What if we go like this, and then we look down with the rainbow behind us? Are you kidding me? Whoa, look at this terrain. Okay, that being said, I don't like flying in this mode. So we're going to go back to first person and keep our eye out for one of these data terminals. Look at the terrain, though. It's almost like there were structures here at some point. It's like the machines took over. Just sort of ate everything. It's almost like everything started becoming these cogs, these machines. I don't see any data terminals. Let's just put the aircraft down. Or the starship. Anomaly strength is only 34 here. There's indetectable burning. Okay, it's worth stepping down on these planets. Whoa, what did we fall off of? Oh, we landed on... What is going on here? Some battlefield? There's some weapons left behind? Something from some alternate timeline, perhaps. We're starting to consume our dioxide at an alarming rate. We'll need to find some land on the ice planet. scans for life are off the charts high, as if life was everywhere, showing fauna and flora in ample amounts. However, actual movement detectors and LiDAR only reveal a single fauna, almost like a ball lightning of legend. Age elderly, off the charts over 300 years. Nomadic, eats mostly rocks. Brain hemispheres are not linked. What an interesting notation to make. These are registering as some sort of plant life, feeding off of the sunlight. They're predatory, and they're already dying, but it's just born. Something about being in these reality graveyards, the places where reality comes to die, really is just off-putting. I don't know what this life form is capable of. And if it says it only eats rocks, but then to it I'm a rock, no. I think I've seen enough of this one. I don't know if the exocraft is necessarily required. Normally I would want to drive around, but this place just feels like it's responding to me. I can hear it like grinding in the back of my mind. I feel like we should get out of here immediately. Would be nice to secure some silver though. Even this is registering as a natural mineral formation. Pure ferrite and dihydrogen. It is moving. It's not just me. I'm losing sense of scale here. The fact that we're only on a moon is very intimidating. I'm not sure what the host planet would be like. And there is plant life underground here. Reminiscent of a normal cave? Troubling to think of what would have happened to the surface of this planet if it was once like so many others that I've seen before. I'm going to use our entire jetpack supply just trying to get over this mountain. And there's more of it. But the Sentinels still exist. No matter where we go, there they are. Always watching. Always waiting. We had a silver deposit close by, did we not? I marked it, and... Aha! Alright, so we'll gather up some silver. Admittedly, it's not a ton, but it gives us a reason to be down here. And I think on these planets, that's about the best we could hope for. Come down here, we'll gather some silver. Build a couple more hallways on our capital ship and be done with it. I do like the color of the sky, though. What was once a feeling of dread that filled me here, I actually feel like now is all but vanished. I actually don't want to leave. I don't even know if I need my starship anymore. We should probably just scrap everything. Just lay down here with the machines and study them. think that's what we should do. We should just go back, and we'll take apart our ship and see if we can plug into these machines and get some readings that we... Whoa! Oh! Oh, I fell down into a cave. This is the cave. How bizarre. Somehow plants receive nutrients from the running water, of course. I feel like I wanted to stay here. Even here, the machines begin to grow. They're reclaiming everything. We have to get off this planet. This moon. This rock. We need to get out of here. They're always watching us. They want us to stay. No, we're not going to be here anymore. This is it. We're just going to leave and depart immediately. Just need to not panic and stay focused. There's no reason to stay because we want to leave, right? Sentinels are watching us. Just like this was any other planet to them. There's so much to be learned here, but at what price? We're departing. Right now. We're going to the mother planet. This supercritical planet might be able to tell us something about the origin of what happened to its moon. Let's aim for the coast. And we'll be on the night side. Perhaps we'll be able to catch the sunrise. There we have it. Perhaps we can use the sun to tell us the depth of the ocean. Oh, look at this. Interesting. These islands are fairly common. Steep-sided here. Almost as if there was man-made. Some intentional structure here with an opening. Let's put the craft down. No, go ahead and just mine this up for me, please. So it said we're dealing with radioactive dust storms. I wonder if that means it's settling into the oceans. Wow. This is quite an interesting little area here. The skies register rather blue. And look, it's got this caldera. It's almost too symmetrical. Too flat on the outside to be geological, unless some form of advanced magnetics were at work. Could have something to do with the radioactive dust storms. Alright, we're going to have to do some oceanic exploration here, as this planet appeared to be largely ocean. Would like to summon. Wow, that's actually a long way down. We're pretty high up here, come to think of it. Alright, well that's how we're going to do things, I suppose. Oh. Extreme radiation, it says. Okay, hold on. Let's go ahead and dive a little bit. Aha! The source of the radiation, indeed. Look at this. So obviously this planet was once home to advanced civilization that was mining these crystals formed in the ocean for their radioactive properties. And look at how they extend the sun's light and energy. This is rather bleak out here. There don't appear to be many signs of life in the ocean. It's possible the radioactivity is just too high for common life. Meaning it could just be home to the occasional predator or, exactly, jellyfish. The radioactive dust is absolutely settling in the ocean. Do we have aquatic mammals? We do, of some sort. Ever moving. It eats marine snow. That's an excess of bile. Alright, let's get a scan on these jellyfish. Actually, this area is only seas up, hydrothermic minerals. This area is full of these aquatic mammals. This is quite fascinating. 19.2 degrees Celsius. It's actually rather temperate here as well. I imagine they've somehow built up some sort of adaptation to the radiation. Alright, let's get a scan of these crystals while we're here. Salt and ferrite dust. I'm afraid we're going to need some samples of this. This one says chlorine. Oh, we're starting to backwash our oxygen supply. Okay, oxygen has been flushed back into the pipe. How odd that this area should be so devoid of natural predators. It's almost like the radiation makes it especially difficult for anything over a certain size. But these smaller creatures seem unharmed by it. I wonder if we'll find large creatures on land. Okay, now that we've got some samples of these rocks, I'm starting to get the radiation containment warnings on the edge of my suit. So we're definitely seeing a buildup of that radioactive dust. It is emanating from the water, from these crystals. This chlorine is somehow in decay. And of course it's evaporating and entering the atmosphere. Still unsure if these islands are man-made, although it's hard to deny these flat surfaces and sharp edges. I think more than anything, to conclude our analysis of this planet, we're going to need to take our exploration craft to one of the larger land masses and assess the flora and fauna found therein. Wow. Look at the size of this island. And again, with this pink haze. Same as its moon. Let's enter the atmosphere and gain some perspective. We'll hit the stratosphere and then we'll rotate and line ourselves down. It looks a little like ocean as far as we can see. Perhaps we need greater perspective. Just a small pulse jump away for 1 second, and we'll spin around this asteroid field. Maybe run into an asteroid or two. Okay, so there are large land masses. Wow, this is not some archipelago of an ocean planet. There is actually significant continents. look at this with inland lakes. No, let's assess what this is like over here. We haven't fully seen the planet. Oh my. Why is the atmosphere so thick over here? I think we're coming in the middle of a storm of some sort. Visibility is dropping. I'm losing control. Hold on. Stabilize. Slow down. Roll. Can't slow down. Commit landing immediately. What is happening? We're in the middle of some sort of storm, but this sky isn't even the same over here. This is a storm. But over here it looks, what? A bipedal creature. Eats tall grasses and seeks company. Wait! But wait, can you communicate? Do you understand? Would you eat ferrite dust if I gave it to you? Remarkable. Remarkable creature. Unbelievable. And look. Now we've made friends. Interesting that they would be so ready to come up to me just because I fed a different creature. Surely the bipedal creatures have begun to prey on the quadrupeds. Perhaps not. And look at this variation of species here. Fidgety, nibbles at shoots, limited sentience. But these creatures eat gamma weed and hibernate. There's a significant difference between these two. Alright, well, we're about to run out of radiation protection. I think as the storm settles, we're going to get to see more of this deep, deep red. This crimson almost. Did you really... What? That is a predator. Unafraid, crunches bones, has a toxic tongue. That's right, that's how we handle predators. Now, there was another creature here that we did not scan. Is it underground? No, it was the prey. Easily startled gamma weed rubber skull that did not help it. Perhaps we could obtain just a small amount of emerald while we're here. More copyright. I do not require the copyright. I do not feed creatures to get something from them. Look at these intense coral systems that have developed above ground. It's like the radioactive dust is somehow perhaps got water stuck to it. It's forming mineral growth with bacteria just like coral would underwater. Look, this entire rock here is made of chlorine with traces of dihydrogen. Just like underwater. We're going to take another sample, and I guarantee you we're going to find out that this is in fact the same mineral gone through chemical transformation, but that it originated underwater. Just going to make sure to get a nice sample base here. Alright, now, let's get our emerald, and let's travel on. I don't really require any of this uranium or any of this. We're just sort of drifting along because because we got a little too close to where we were trying to go. There it is. Well, we can put uranium back in our shield, so I suppose we're going to do that. In fact, there's really no reason not to keep them all filled at all times, or else, again, why would we have them? Alright, here's our emerald. We don't need much. I'm pretty sure we only need about 100. Wait. Was that not the sound the predator made while it was hunting? Okay, I have to admit, for a radioactive planet, this one feels pretty different than some of the other ones. The stark redness and the ocean. Very nice. Alright, there's our emerald. We don't require to be here anymore. Let's get out of here. A neat little radioactive planet, parent to the mechanical moon. But we've seen enough. And it is time to explore our other two options, where we have a freezing planet and a tropical planet. I believe we're going to hit this frost-bound planet first. Seconds to travel. Now it appears to have oceans. However, the land masses do not appear to be as consistently a continent as we saw on the last planet. This one definitely appears to be more island chains. The oceans are vast, though. Upon first glance, it appeared there was quite a bit of land, but now not so much. Probably over 50% ocean coverage on this frost-bound planet. I wonder if its temperatures are recent and it's in the process of freezing actually right now. Or if the oceans are actually made of something besides water. Quite a thing to contemplate. Let's get below some of this this dense atmospheric buildup here. So these island chains, these appear to be harsh, mountainous islands, very rugged, very rocky. Yet still some trees have formed. I would not call them forests. But there are trees. Ah, here's where the ocean almost resembles a bit of a lake. I imagine if enough snow melted, you could get fresh water in these inland lakes where there's not enough current to mix with the salt of the ocean. However, I imagine more and more water is freezing rather than melting at this time. Especially down here so close to what would be sea level. Let's see if we can find a place to land. Alright, right here on this hilltop will do. A nice blue sky. Very beautiful there. The water here is familiar, but a little off. It's a little uncanny valley. The water wants to feel tropical. The water lies to you, it deceives you. It says, I'm warm, as you can tell by my sandy beaches. What it's not telling you is it's really not water at all. That's why it's the wrong color. It's actually so little water. It's mostly a gas slurry brought down to a liquid slush state, sort of hovering and mixing with its salt. The type of flora that grows in it, very intriguing. Of course, it uses heat recycling as a nutrient source and maintains a high internal pressure to retain that heat. It would have to in these temperatures. Oh, I did see some underwater creatures down here towards the deepest part. Although, given that we're minus 60 down here in the shallow water during the day, I imagine these would have to be specially evolved creatures. Photosensitive and eats plankton, actually uses sonar. We also have, of course, some jellyfish. Okay, observant, high in calcium, aware of its fate. What sort of fish are these? Oh, how intriguing. Look, they're slightly large. Effectively blind, each drifting plant has a sense of smell. I'm so glad there are no shallow water predators in these icy waters, because we would have been gobbled up. So it seems like a fairly benign ocean. Some of the plants have evolved for the cold. Some of them have not. Some of them are just straight up going to perish. Sublimated nitrogen. Tries to use cytophosphate. It's going to die. I won't be able to survive in these temperatures. Perhaps this planet is the subject of recent terraforming, natural or otherwise, that would explain the fluctuation in temperature and intermittent slushiness of the water. I'm sorry, of the liquid mirroring water on the surface of this planet. The thing is, like so many planets before, we have requirements here. We require dioxide. Look at these life forms. Has rigid bones? Is shy? How have you evolved here? What do you eat? I've seen these creatures before. Their ancestry must go wide, because I've seen variations of them on other planets, mirroring something of what we would call a pineapple back on Earth. But look at these rich dihydrogen crystal events on this planet. Birds of prey. Would recognize them anywhere. Big enough to pick up some of these life forms. Says they eat mordite roots, but I'm pretty sure mordite comes from creatures. Wow, we have a social gathering of these creatures. What do we have here? Constantly moving, eats pollen, mildly radioactive. Well, I don't want any of that. We will take some of this condensed carbon, though. Being always on the go means you have to stop and gather that where you can find it. It is rather beautiful. Really, if you think about it. Oh no, look at that one. That one was gorgeous. I don't know which of those I like the best, but those are nice. Okay. Maybe we'll start putting all the thumbnails up on the Thranxian Discord. And then we'll let people vote which ones they like. Something. Weather's changing. Could be a storm coming in off the water. It says this planet is known for its outbreaks of frozen rain. Doesn't necessarily say what the chemical is. But at this temperature, I'm guessing it's more of the atmosphere falling back into slush into the water, or into the ocean. It would be great if we could stock up on a little bit of dioxide. 978 U's. Oh, look at this bird. Some sort of smaller avian creature. Nibbles at shoots, sings at dusk, and nests in blue foliage. How fascinating. There's more emerald. Cobalt. If we must go far, then we must go far. Dioxide it is. So what we'll do is we'll go to our ship. And then we will fly over there. Ooh. Now, it said those birds eat mordite shoots, but I don't know, they look like birds of prey to me. I wouldn't trust our scanner to be right 100% of the time. I mean, come on. What's right 100% of the time? Like nothing ever. Alright. Let's roll over to our dioxide deposit. Which is right on this other island over here. This island is a little more substantial. You can see it absolutely has the sodium. Alright, well, we don't have a lot of charge right now in the terrain manipulator, so we're going to have to use some more ferrite to charge it. But we can run it till it's out. Charge it again. Oof, I used the large one there for a moment. That's not going to help matters. That's okay, we've actually used a significant amount of dioxide, planting the frost ward at our outpost on the Forsaken Moon. Look at that. That's a pretty good haul. That's going to put us back up over 500, maybe, maybe not. It would be nice to get back up over 500 to get back to an overflow. Ideally, each of those materials, the phosphorus, ammonia, uranium dioxide, I would have over 500 so that I could be using from my overflow stack for purposes of recharging my hazard shields against a given hazard. There it is, over 500, over 500, over 500. That's good, and we'll keep a lookout to buy more. Perfect. And I think on that note, we will be out of here. To hopefully have saved the best planet in the system for last. The tropical one. Which is not that crazy one with the moon. This one with the rings over here. Alright, let's get out of this awkward oxygen ocean here. And let's head over to this gorgeous, humid planet over here. Only 20 seconds, 27 seconds by pulse jump away from our icebound planet. We have this very, very wet planet with what appears to be massive oceans and actual continents. I want to see it in the daylight. It almost looks green, but I'm pretty sure we saw earlier it was golden yellow. So let's cross the Terminator. Exactly. As we curve around. Precisely. Now, large continents and even inland seas. Let's go to where it's mostly land. Let's get a feel for what sort of vegetation there is here. You know, I keep scanning for structures, but there are not going to be any structures on an uncharted star system. Very flat clouds, very flat layers of moisture in the atmosphere. Some sort of magnetic banding going on. Could be because of these rings. Wow. It's downright tropical. Let's come in for a landing here. I'm just astounded. This is like paradise. This is just amazing. Oh, these robots seem agitated here. Wait, threatening sentinels? What's so different about the sentinels here than anywhere else? I haven't done anything. What? How dare you? Of course, these sentinels are aggressive. You can't have paradise without hostile sentinels. You know what? I don't think anybody's ever fought these sentinels before. And I don't know if they know this, but I don't plan on giving this planet up. I think it's worth fighting for. I've had enough of you claiming which planets are off limits and which ones are available. You're out of here. You're outmatched. You're outgunned. It says the higher level sentinels are going to be on their way. I don't care. Elite sentinel forces? How about shooting sentinel forces? There you go. See how you like that scatter blaster. How did you like that? Did that do it for you? I don't know. Are we really gonna stay here and... Threat detected? No. Oh no. They've spoken. They're holding this planet. They called our bluff. They sent us a walker. They think I won't destroy it. They're mistaken. Well, we're going to peel all the armor off its legs first. Alright, and then we'll switch to the scatter blaster. Yep. Where's the final armor plating, I wonder? Yep, there it is. We're just gonna hang out underneath this tree. Oh, we got it stuck on the tree. It's beautiful. Here we go. We're just gonna hold it down. And blast it away as it's hung up on the tree. Well, they need to make the robots a little smarter than that. What's it doing? Oh, I thought it was transforming. I thought it was becoming its ultimate form. It still almost looks like that's what it's trying to do. I don't know what they think. Reinforcements arriving. So you're just going to keep stepping it up and keep stepping it up, eh? That's how it's going to be? I can't even get this because... Okay. Alright. They win. Paradise will have to be off limits once more. But away we have to go. And we're just going to jump into the next system. And that's where we're going to wrap up episode 169. Come back next time as we jump to the next uncharted system. But until then, take care.